Alright, welcome to the Scorned Ones channel, also known as RazealTheSlayer. This is going to be another attempt at showing the Leafrest mod. I was having some issues on some previous ones, but it looks like I've got it all fixed up now. I'm going to start with the outside. Um, Very beginning, it's in Riverwood. It's a great mod. Download it. It's called Leafrest. It's not a customizable, or it's not a created home. You don't make it. It's not like Hearthfire. It's a mod that it comes pre-built. You can customize it a bit, but you don't build it at all. Um, Riverwood, very first town you come across after Helgen is destroyed. You can see the lumber mill right there. I'm going to move a bit. Hopefully my bit rates don't jack up. I'm streaming from console. Um, so I don't have as much of an issue with ESO, but I get this problem when I do Skyrim. It just gets really pixelated and grainy. It was really bad on previous streams, but we're gonna try it today. It looks to be doing a lot better. You come through town. There's where you're gonna meet Delphine for the main quest. That inn. You're gonna turn left right after the blacksmith's house. Like I said, lumber mill on your left, Leafrest on your right, and you're gonna go to the mailbox. You're gonna open it. There's gonna be a key in there. If the key is not in the mailbox, guys, do not panic. It will be on the ground around the mailbox. So you just kind of do a little, dance around here until you find it, and then you open it up. Once you get that key, you can come this way. There will be a letter right here on the door. You can activate that letter to unlock the house. And once you do that, the house is unlocked and it is yours. Work table. This is to edit the outside. Okay, I like to keep it full, but just to show you the difference between full and none. This is what the house looks like with all the customizable options on the outside turned off. So this is the bare bones basics of the house. On the outside, pretty freaking standard, plain Jane. You've got a farm and good, yeah, there you go. I like to keep it fully on. So let's go on, and as you will see, wow, transformation.
Mama took me to the market. There were lots of
Completely different
flowers
home.
there.
It's awesome.
How to bake one.
I like it a lot. You got this ladder here. You can move the ladder. When you move the ladder, you can hop up it. Hop up the roof. You can jump, 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 jump. I'm caught up on something. There we go. You can lay down, and you just get to chill here, relax, bask in some sun, get a little tan. My guy's already a dark elf. Doesn't really need to be much tanner. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but I really don't care much for it. You got these little ledges. You can sit. If I can pull, there you go. Sit right over there, and you can watch all the peons. Oh, there's your animals. This house comes with a couple pets. You got the fox, the 2 chickens, and a rabbit. There's the rabbit coming in tow. You can command them to follow you, to stay, or to go home. So there's those guys are pretty fun. I have the Hunterborn, or I have the what is it? The fudge. I have another mod that makes you ask you to kill random animals and stuff. It keeps trying to make my rabbit that animal. I don't do that. Don't kill your rabbit. It's your little bunny rabbit. You get a little hot spring right here. You go in, it will ask you if you want to take off all your clothes. You can choose not to. You can choose to. It does not affect if you get the benefit or not. I'm wearing a ring of increased carrying capacity, so I am not going to take it off. Otherwise, I will be moving really fudging slow. You sit in here. It'll pop up the message saying about the water's warm and relaxing. You don't have to sit in much longer. After it pops up that message, you can immediately get up, and it'll add resist frost and speech skill increased. And it'll also, I think it cures you of any fatigue or anything that you get in vanilla Skyrim if you don't have any mods that adjust that. Get a little flowing riverfront property. It's nice. It's very nice. And then right here's your farm, your garden. You can plant in it. You can harvest. Now, when you come into the house at the beginning, there are no active fertile soil. You have to make it. There's a little paper right here. It has a how-to section. It can state what level you're at, and it does take a little bit of work. You gotta activate the spigot, draw the bucket, pour the water. You gotta till the soil. Then you gotta add fertilizer, and when you're adding fertilizer, you gotta de-weed and debug it. All in all, you gotta put in some work. You gotta earn it. But the better you get at it, the better quality farm you get, and it also adds, like, I'll show you up here. Once you get up there, like, my wife is way better than me at it. No pun intended about, gardening and all that. She can plant here, I believe. And she can also plant inside. Fuck you, Sven. Fuck you. Little piece of shit. 2 plus 2 not knowing what the fuck it is, bitch. Yeah. Wood chopping spot and a place to store wood. So, you have that as an option. And that's pretty much the outside, guys. There you go. End of video. No, I'm just kidding. But that's the outside of it. It's a really good home. Now, it is also multiple adoption, Hearthfire multiple adoption compatible. So you can change this house to be your main home. There is a spell that says home blessing with the Hearthfire multiple adoptions mod, which allows you, instead of 2 max kids, 6. You can have 6 kids. So that's awesome. You can come in, cast a spell, bless this house, and move your family in here. We're starting off in the kitchen, main level. You can activate it from the inside to lock the door. Don't really know what the benefit of that is, but you can. You can do that. You write in this diary, it auto saves. So if I write in the diary right now, boom, auto saving. There, it just gives you a little animation with it. When you sit in the chair, your character is going to automatically put in a little plate of food and pull a mug. It just keeps your character from being like boringly idle. Add some movements and stuff like that, which I like. I really like. What else are we going to look at? Ooh, right here. Put beverage in here, stow those away. You got a auto sorting box. So when you auto sort, it'll take most of your inventory, not all of it, but it will take most of your inventory and put it in spots that it should be. And gameplay, look, sensitivity. So we'll do that. You can put your salmon, your meat, whatever it doesn't auto sort, you can sort yourself. Cheese, tomatoes, leeks, apples, carrots, cabbage, all of it. You can put it all away. Make fire. If you have firewood and everything, you can do that. You can cook in this. It gives you a little animation and everything. You can put cups and bowls. You get milk. You can store in there. Butter. It's really interesting how you can store everything. I like it. I think that's the coolest thing about this mod is the auto sort. So now we're down to the main level. Main level is pretty cool. There's the alchemy lab over there, the main sitting area, I guess you would call a living room, and the enchanting lab. So you're going to come over here. You can activate a partition. Boom, you got a partition right there. Or you can deactivate a partition. You can come up, right there is the ceiling fan. Or wait, now it's a ceiling fan. Ha ha. Or just a chandelier. I like a chandelier. When you sit down, again, your guy doesn't waste time. He's always doing something. So like here, he pulls out a book on this side. You can access your bookshelf. I'll show you that later. You could, on this side, you'll sit down and eat. So it all depends. So this side's got a book in front of you. You can sit down and read. Here, you'll sit down and eat a sweet roll. Alright. Is bedroom space 1. Yeah, I made it a kid space. You can turn it into something else. This is your bedroom. This is where you can hang out. You got end table, you got a wardrobe, you got a bed. You can sit in the bed. I think you can lay down in the bed too. I don't think you have to like sleep in it. You just gotta find the little option thing. But yeah, so there's sit in bed, sleep in bed. You can store in a chest, another end table, and then there is another. Where is it? Auto sorting box. You can sort here. Okay. Statue. This you can change your statue. Debella, warrior, thief, mage, assassin, bard. I believe you can't use it unless you have complete certain quests. So I think you have to finish the companion, the Dawn Guard, just complete all the. Also, just books, your the certain magic tree lines. And here's your bookshelves. You can store in your bookshelves, and whenever you go to read, and when it asks you if you want to activate your bookshelf in the house, it lets you pick from these bookshelves what book you want to read. Business ledger. You can trade. You go to the bank. So the beginning with the business ledger, you have to deposit money. Okay. So starting with the business ledger, you deposit money, and depending on how much you deposit, depends on what offers you get from merchants. You get an offer every single day from merchants, and you trade with them. They become your merchant for a day. You come to the business log. You can withdraw whatever money you deposit straight from the log. You go in here, you trade. So I would click new trade. There are no letters for me today. I just started the day and I haven't gotten one. But if I go trade, I favored them. So when you go, if you have someone you're trading with and you're like, man, they have a lot of stuff that I really like. They have good money and they buy the inventory I like them to buy. Go to register. And yes, you're going to click yes. I don't have one, so it's not going to let me go through. And it'll give you an option for 3 favorites. And you can register it under one of these 3 favorites. I already have 2 registered, so I can go here at any time and just buy and sell from this guy. So that's always a good thing to have. I can go in here, go favorite number 2. I can buy and sell to this chick all day. So it's a good thing to have. Let you do some business. You become a little bit of a merchant, which I feel like all adventurers are kind of merchants at heart. You got a treasure chest here, another chest here. You got one of your 4 mannequins. So there's a lot of weapon racks and 4 mannequins in this house. Okay, so there's one of your mannequins, and here's a weapon rack, and there's a chest, and then a treasure chest. You open up this panel right here. Now, if you don't want to, so you can withdraw your gold from the log that you deposit. You can go to the bank option and withdraw. Or you can just go in here and you can just take it straight out from here. Either way, you can get your gold back. You're not going to lose your gold. And then there's a jewelry box, and you can close it. Fully functional house. Fully functional. Very beautiful. A lot of effort was put into this mod, obviously. You'll especially notice when I go over here, settings book, animation. You can turn on and off animations. So when you read, there are some books in here that you will read to level up, or not to level up, to get temporary boosts. Or when I go to auto save and all that, when I pray, all those animations will disappear. I like having them. Mannequins, you can get rid of the mannequins. Why would you want to do that? I don't even know why it's an option. Fountain, you can change the fountain between trees of the divines or statues of the gods. So if you change it to trees, I'm going to show you where your fountain is. You're going to go straight out of the room. We're going to pass the alchemy lab right here. So right here you have a tree. When you get up to it, it says change tree of prayer. Boom. 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 Ba-boom. Back. So you can change between those trees. It will stay as whichever one you select, and then you can pray to the divines. and you can select which divines you want to pray to. Or, my preferred, I like the statues. You go into the settings book, fountain, statue of gods. Come back here, I believe it starts at Debella. You can change it to whoever you wish it to be. You get a handful of options. All in all, good looking statues. And then you can go in here, and it doesn't matter which statue or tree you have, you can pray to any of them. And then when you pray, you're going to get down on your knees. You're going to, that animation, so if I was in third person right now, you would see me still kneeling and praying like you saw me get down. Your character will continue to do this even after the messages saying all disease cured, blessing added, and all that. Once those messages are gone, you're good to get up. So I can stand up now. Once you get your farming leveled up, you can plant here. My wife has plenty of plants in here. Her farming's leveled pretty high, so that is something you just gotta get your farming leveled up. And it's not in a skill tree. It's kept as you do your farm and improve your farm. It'll be added in there. Let's go to the settings book. Alchemy and enchanting. Let's go alchemy. Let's turn it to Leafrest, Enchanter, Leafrest. And what you're doing there is you go to, so we did fountain, we did alchemy and enchanting. You can go to either one of these, and these goes to those specific rooms. This is the station itself. So there's the normal alchemy station, or you can change it to the Leafrest specific station. You can turn the partition or disable the partition. I like them enabled, so I'm going to leave them enabled. So let me show you. You know what the normal ones look like, because if you're here, you play vanilla Skyrim. This is the Leafrest one. It's a nice, hideous cauldron. But I don't know if this is a consistent issue. Let me see. I don't have any ingredients, I don't think. No. My wife tried the cauldron. She likes the visual of it, but she did not level while using it. She leveled when she switched back to normal, but she did not level while using the regular cauldron. So I would be wary of that. So if you throw the cauldron on, make sure you're checking and seeing if you're actually leveling up while using it. Otherwise, switch back. But aesthetically, I think it's a lot better. You come over here, there is an alchemy book. You read the alchemy book. It turns on the animation, your guy's reading. It will pop up the message saying you're enlightened or you've learned your understanding of alchemy or something's gotten better. So it fortifies alchemy. It's temporarily applied. But it's like a major fortify alchemy. So like if I go in here, my alchemy skill is like 40 something regularly. Right now it's 77. 47, 77. So yeah, that's pretty big boost right there. Same thing with the blacksmithing station right over there. Or not the blacksmithing station, the enchanting station. Same thing. Partition right here. This is the partition. This little section right here with the window. Once you get rid of it, you can get rid of that or you can add it. Like I said, I'm going to leave it. When you're in here, there's an ingredient slot. You can put ingredients away or take them out. You can put in potions, shut the door, put in poisons, shut the door to where you can store your stuff. There's even an ingredients section, or a recipe section, so you can for your ingredients. So you can store all of your recipes here. So if I go in here, I know I have recipes. Health potion recipe, boom. Damage, poison, blah blah blah. So that's the alchemy lab with the Leafrest, the alchemy kettle, as you will. If we go over to the Chanter section, again, partition, love it, hate it, it's up to you. You can turn it on and off. You get a lot of weapon racks in here. Right there, right there. Weapon rack. Now, when you auto sort, your soul gems are going to come right here in this box. So if I auto sorted, and you look in your inventory and you have no soul gems, don't freak out. They're all in here. Okay. This, I keep my jewelry in there, so all the jewelry I'm going to enchant, I keep in here. And then this is the Leafrest Enchanter station, the Arcane Enchanter. Your book is going to be right up here, so you can read your enchanting book. It's going to do the animation. Your guy becomes enlightened, and it's going to boost up like 30 levels. But I'm already at 80 something, and max level is 100, so I'll be boosted up to level 100. Okay. In each room, there's a chain next to the partition. As I'm sure you can assume, that chain activates the gate here. So, puts a chain up, puts the gate up and down. More weapon racks. I have my staves in there. And your other two mannequins are over here. So you have mannequin 1 and mannequin 2. You also have weapon racks with shield rack in the middle, and then 2 more shields right there. Okay, and that's your arcane and alchemy section of the house. I'm gonna go back and change those before I get too far, because then I'll come back and I'll start doing some stuff trying to level and realize I didn't change back, and I'll lose my mind. So change it back to normal. But once I am max leveled, I'm going to use those ones. So I already showed you the prayer tree. This is your second room. The second room, it's a free space 2. It can be a kid's room for multiple Hearthfire multiple adoption mod. Doors auto shut, by the way. So, boom. Or if I just open them, just stand there long enough, boom. You can choose a kid's room or a followers barracks kind of deal. If you look in the book, it gives you an option for both free spaces. Settings book. Next, free space 1. Children's room, collection room. Or you can leave it empty. Go into settings book. Next, free space 2. Children's room or followers room. Or you can leave it empty. And you get to choose the kid's main room. Fireplace settings, how long the fire burns before you have to put more wood. Bath settings, this turns off whether people takes their clothes off or not. NPCs take their clothes off too when they go in these areas, so they will go down to their skivvies as well, be in their undergarments. So when I go in here, if I had a follower with me, they would follow me in here. And there's, ask you this question, they don't ever say no, they auto do it. I'm going to say no because I'm wearing my ring still, so I don't want to lose that. You've got a bathtub and a sauna. You sit in the sauna. Once it pops up this message in the top left, you can move. It's applied the effect. Okay, so you don't have to sit there long. So I have regenerate health added. I feel as light as a feather. This one's going to be just like the one outside. I'm going to sit in it. Warm water's relaxing. And once I move, it's going to give me the speech skill and resist frost. Okay, and that's that room. When you leave, it does not auto-equip your clothes, though. So you got to put those back on. It just strips you naked. But those are the 2 extra rooms you have on that end with the statue. So that's that end of the house. And now we're going to move on to the last room. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed looking at this house. I hope my bit rate hasn't been enough to upset you. I greatly improved since the last video. But I like this house. It's one of my favorites. It doesn't crash anything really. I got a lot of the house. I got Blackthorn. I got the Dragonborn Castle or whatever, and they all just crashed. I couldn't run many other mods with them. There's just so many issues. But this one's very small, very simple. I like it. I don't have a lot of crashing issues. So let's go in here. This is the last room. There's your 4th and final mannequin. Okay, way more weapon racks. Like I said, you get plenty of weapon racks in this house. Shield racks. My legally acquired shields. I did not commandeer these through unlawful means. I swear to you, and you can't prove that I didn't. All right, when you auto sort your leathers and leather strips, your ores, and your ingots, this is where they end up. Okay, you have a section to store excess helmets, gauntlets, and boots, and you have these 3 chests. I use these chests, so the top one is my heavy armor chest piece, my light armor chest piece, miscellaneous garbage. stuff I'm going to need for blacksmithing that is not those things. So like crafting feathers, dragon bones and scales. Let's see what else. Assorted buckles, random the chars chitin, stuff like that. I store in here. Dwemer pieces. You got a fully functional workbench and grindstone. The forge. Now, if you get this and you try using the forge, you will not be able to use the forge until you fire the bellows. So I turned it off. No option to use the forge. Turn it on. Boom. Can use the forge. Same goes here for the smelter. If I turn off the smelter, I can't smelt shit. If I turn it on, boom, smelter's activated. Tanning rack, firewood storage. This links to the firewood outside. So the one outside and the one in here are linked. You can pull from them together. Oh, practice dummy. You go, girl. You go. Come on, get it, Lucia. Another business ledger. It's linked to the same one, so you can access both. An empty chest. Some little flavor images there. And there's your settings book for the forge. So you can turn NPC settings. You can make it to where they can't touch your shit. So you don't have Sophia and Lydia in here banging on the workbench or using the grindstone and all that. They can't use anything in the smithing area. They just stand around. So they don't get in your way if you're trying to do a lot of forging. Another thing is you can change your forge to the Sky Forge, but you can only do that if you're the Harbinger of the Companions. You cannot turn your forge into the Sky Forge without that. One of the reasons that's kind of important for me is I'm running the Moral Loot mod, which is a great mod. I recommend it. You cannot craft ebony or ebony, daedric, stuff like that. I think Dwemer as well. I can't remember. No, Dwemer you need ancient knowledge. Ebony, daedric you have to be in a Sky Forge. So I can't forge my ebony armor, my daedric armor, my dragon bone armor in my forge unless it's a Sky Forge. Otherwise, I have to go all the way to Whiterun and use the Sky Forge. And daedric you have to craft at night. So it's pretty important that I complete that quest line soon and I become the Harbinger so I can do that. Honestly, I haven't even been doing questing. I've been just running around getting killed left and right. And somehow I ended up at level 42 before I knew it. So I've also legendaried my smithing twice, which is kind of cheating, but it's whatever. I did it. Sue me. I'm already got my max armor, so I have dragon bone armor. I gave Sophia the modded follower glass armor, and I gave Lydia ebony armor, so they're all maxed out. So I just legendary, and I'm gonna leave it there. But anyways, this is Leafrest, guys. This is a very well thought out and executed mod. It's a good housing mod to have. It's compatible with other mods. I have no problem leaving Sophia here. I have no problem moving my family here. Haven't had really any crashing issues. I recommend this mod, and I recommend you get it, try it out. If you don't like it, uninstall it. It's a good one. You don't have to do a shit ton of crafting. It's not heavily dependent. It doesn't alter the game a lot. I think there's going to be free space. I think the dock was that boat probably was already there with a little bit of the dock. So get it, enjoy it, tell me what you think about it. I think this is the part where I'm supposed to tell you to comment, like, subscribe, or whatever. I don't know. I'm still pretty new to this. But if you did like the video, please drop a like. If you found it informative, give me a shout out. If you have any advice for future videos, or besides, having someone else do the voicing, hire a voice actor or a voice coach, don't give me that advice. I've already received it. I give it to myself like every morning. Otherwise, though, enjoy the game and happy Skyriming.